Happy day, dear students. I'm Niveda Rajat, Assistant Professor from the Department of Human Resource Management of Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute, University. In this PPT, we're going to cover part 1 of Unit 2, that is air pollution. So let's see what is air pollution, what are the causes of air pollution, and how does it affect us, and how we can control air pollution. First, let's see what is the definition for pollution. Pollution, also called environmental pollution, the addition of any substance that is solid, gas or liquid, or any form of energy such as heat, sound or radioactivity to the environment at a rate faster than it can be dispersed, diluted, decomposed, recycled or stored in some harmless form. The major kinds of pollution usually classified by the environment are air pollution, water pollution and land pollution. Modern society is also concerned about specific types of pollutants such as noise pollution, light pollution and plastic pollution. Pollution of all kinds have negative effects on the environment and wildlife and often impacts human health and well-being. Now let's see what is the definition for air pollution. Air pollution can be defined as the presence of toxic chemicals or compounds, including those of biological origin, in the air at levels that pose a health risk. In an even broader sense, air pollution means the presence of chemicals or compounds in the air which are usually not present and which lower the quality of the air or cause detrimental changes to the quality of life, such as the damaging of the ozone layer or causing global warming. Now let's see what are the causes for air pollution. Under that, first point, burning of fossil fuels. The combustion of fossil fuels emit a large amount of sulfur dioxide. Carbon monoxide released by incomplete combustion of fossil fuels also results in air pollution. Up next, we have automobiles. The gases emitted from vehicles such as jeeps, trucks, cars, buses, etc. pollute the environment. These are the major sources of greenhouse gases and also results in diseases among individuals. Next, we have agricultural activities. Ammonia is one of the most hazardous gases emitted during agricultural activities. The insecticides, pesticides and fertilizers emit harmful chemicals in the atmosphere and contaminate it. Next, we have factories and industries. Factories and industries are the main source of carbon monoxide, organic compounds, hydrocarbons, and chemicals. These are related into the air, degrading its quality. Up next, we have mining activities. In the mining process, the minerals below the earth are extracted using large pieces of equipment. The dust and chemicals released during the process not only pollute the air but also deteriorate the health of the workers and people living in the nearby areas. Next, we have domestic sources. The household cleaning products and paints contain toxic chemicals that are released in the air. The smell from the newly painted walls is the smell of the chemicals present in the paints. It not only pollutes the air but also affects breathing. Now let's see what are the types of air pollutants. There are two types of air pollutions. First one is primary pollutant and another one is secondary pollutant. So under primary pollutant, the pollution that directly causes air pollution are known as primary pollutants. For example, sulfur dioxide emitted from factories is a primary pollutant. Under secondary pollutant, the pollutants formed by the intermingling and reactions of primary pollutants are known as secondary pollutants. For example, smog formed by the intermingling of smoke and fog is a secondary pollutant. effects of air pollution. Under that first point, diseases. Air pollution has resulted in several respiratory disorders and heart diseases among humans. The cases of lung cancer have increased in the last few decades. Children living near polluted areas are more prone to pneumonia and asthma. Many people die every year due to the direct or indirect effects of air pollution. Up next, we have global warming. Due to the emission of greenhouse gases, there is an imbalance in the gaseous composition of the air. This has led to an increase in the temperature of the earth. This increase in Earth's temperature is known as global warming. This has resulted in the melting of glaciers and an increase in sea levels. Many areas are submerged underwater. Next, we have acid rain. The burning of fossil fuels released harmful gases such as nitrogen oxides, sulfur oxides in the air. The water droplets combined with these pollutants become acidic and falls as acid rain, which damages human, animal and plant life. Next, we have this ozone layer depletion. The release of the chlorofluorocarbons, halogens and hydrochlorofluorocarbons in the atmosphere is the major cause of depletion of the ozone layer. The depleting ozone layer does not prevent the harmful ultraviolet rays coming from the sun and causes skin disease and eye problems among individuals. Next, effect on animals. The air pollutants suspend on the water bodies and affect the aquatic life. Pollution also compels the animals to leave their habitat and shift to a new place. This renders them stray and has led to the extinction of a large number of animal species. Now let's see the measures one should adopt to control air pollution. Under that first point, avoid using vehicles. People should avoid using vehicles for shorter distances. Rather, they should prefer public modes of transport to travel from one place to another. This not only prevents pollution but also conserves energy. Next, we have energy conservation. A large number of fossil fuels are burnt to generate electricity. Therefore, do not forget to switch off the electrical appliances when not in use. Thus, you can save the environment at the individual level. Use of energy efficient devices such as CFLs also controls pollution to a greater level. Other air pollution control measures include by minimizing and reducing the use of fire and fire products. Since industrial emissions are one of the major causes of air pollution, the pollutants can be controlled or treated at the source itself to reduce its effects. For example, if the reactions of a certain raw material yield a pollutant, then the raw materials can be substituted with other less polluting materials. Next point, fuel substitution is another way of controlling air pollution. In many parts of India, petrol and diesel are being replaced by CNG, that is, compressed natural gas fueled vehicles. These are mostly adopted by vehicles that aren't fully operating with ideal emission engines. Next point, although there are many practices in India which focus on repairing the quality of air, most of them are either forgotten or not being enforced properly. There are still a lot of vehicles on roads which haven't been tested for vehicle emissions. Another way of controlling air pollution caused by industries is to modify and maintain existing pieces of equipment so that the emission of pollutants is minimized.